So this is Jim Varney, the original viral star, a Docu-Mini by Hats Off Entertainment. Let's see.
Oh, sorry, Vern. Didn't mean to wake you up. I just
So
didn't want you to
I
miss.
love Jim Varney. I used to watch his movies as a kid. Dude, Ernest, the Ernest movies. Oh man.
Today's big entertainment extravaganza. That's right, Vern. Today's the big day when your old buddy Ernest P. Warholl will go down in those big fake history books. Just think, Vern. Kids in the future will have my name as one of the multiple choices on all their history exams, like below the equator or textiles or even none of the above.
Dang,
We're
dude.
going back to sleep, Vern. You
That's
still
my
got a
favorite.
couple hours. Oh, and Vern, I like you, little bear. Blue bear.
You probably have seen, or at least are familiar, with one or two of the Ernest movies. A series
Yeah.
of well-liked family films made in a span between
Ernest Scared
1987
Stupid, dude. There's one in that he's like looking for, so he's fighting a troll and he's trying to find the way to fight it. And dude, there's one scene that sticks with me throughout all time where there's a word and it's the thing that all trolls are defeated by, and it's M-I something K, because the third letter is like obscured. And Ernest, gosh, this is where my humor is. Ernest goes, "I know what your secret is. Rare Bulgarian Miak. Didn't think I could find it this time." Like, it's obviously milk. I don't know. That's one of my
1998.
funniest scenes, or one of my
But
favorite
if you didn't
scenes
actually grow up
from
during this
kid
time
movie.
period, it can be easy to overlook the immense popularity of Ernest P. Warholl.
Yeah.
A character created by star Jim Varney and an ad executive named John Cherry, originally created to sell products on local channels in Nashville, Tennessee, that would end up becoming a national sensation, resulting in multiple films, a TV series, fan club, and even merchandise, the likes of which all gave Pee Wee Herman a run for his money.
Yeah.
And to think it all began as a simple TV commercial is just incredible.
Pee-wee was like the northern, and then Ernest was the southern star. That they were like the two opposite ends of each other.
It's a success story the likes of which we'll never see again. A story that involves an immensely gifted comedic performer and a creative team that knew how to support him, inspiring a generation of fans and changing pop culture forever. Here's how it all began.
The great conversationalist in town was Virgil. Virgil ran the filling station. He always had wonderful things to say, like, "You want to buy it down 57 Chevy?
Okay.
Shoot thee now, that sucker will fly."
In 1976, Jim Varney was an aspiring actor living in Los Angeles. He was growing popular in the LA stand-up comedy scene for his many impressions and wacky characters.
I had no idea he was a stand-up comedian. I have just unlocked something that I have to see.
Bits. But Jim was having trouble securing long-term acting roles, without having much success beyond the occasional guest spot or part in a failed TV pilot. So in 1980, feeling dejected, Jim moved back home to his hometown and began to work a series of hard labor jobs to provide for his family,
Feel it.
figuring his acting career was probably over. That's when Jim got a call from John Cherry, an ad executive he had done work for in the 70s, playing a character called Sergeant Glory in a series of TV commercials.
And a Purity's own Cheese Whiz Ike Shores for award-winning cottage cheese.
I mean, I believe him. He definitely looks and sounds like a military man there.
Cherry and his partners had come up with a new character they thought would be perfect for Jim. The concept of the commercial was simple. A client had recently purchased a rundown amusement park. Not wanting to showcase the actual park in the commercial because of its poor state, Cherry's team devised an idea for a commercial that would feature an excited patron telling his neighbor about having visited the park. This way, they could promote the
That's
park
brilliant.
without actually having to show it while it got some much-needed repairs and upgrades.
Oh my god.
Jim,
That's actually so genius.
wanting to get back into acting, leaped at the opportunity, bringing his own characterizations and mannerisms to the part. The completed ad was seen by another client, Purity Dairy, who believed Ernest would be a great way to advertise their dairy products to kids.
What the hell?
Soon, more companies followed and wanted to use Ernest for their products too.
Which one you pick, Ernest?
Before
Don't you-
long,
don't
the
you
Ernest
screw me
commercials
on
began
this.
to air in markets all over the country, with Ernest selling just about any product imaginable.
Hey, Vern, what's
I didn't get to see if he was a Mountain Dew or a Mellow Yellow guy. No,
Country
I'll never
fresh
know.
ice cream in my favorite flavor. Look what your buddy Ernest has brought you, Vern. An icy cold Sprite. Did you know that Tyson's Toyota is selling used cars and trucks for well below the Blue Book price? Made with delicious, nutritious, challenge buttermilk. See, it's the one with the little elk on the label. I was just practicing for The Price is Right with Tom Kennedy, weeknights on WDBJ7, your hometown station.
So before there was Space Jam, which was a movie made out of a commercial, there was this guy,
A real
Ernest.
Brahms country fried steak sandwich with tomatoes and lettuce
That looks good.
and the works.
I don't like tomatoes.
Frozen walnut cream cake with the double fudge center.
But... Oh, come on! Don't. No,
This
don't.
Hoover
No.
vacuum cleaner.
Ernest.
Free, Vern. Boy, it sure does suck 'em up. Well, Vern, you should have had them glued down. Know what I mean?
The key to the success of the Ernest commercials was in
There's nobody named Vern either. He just says Vern, which I love.
their simplicity.
That's like the camera.
The ads were often filmed at the home of John Cherry, with the cameraman playing neighbor Vern.
Yeah.
This gave the ads a distinctive local feel, with people
In the
watching
movies, he just calls random people Vern. He's just like, what you talking about, Vern? And that's when he's like talking to the camera, talking in the breaking the fourth wall.
around the country feeling like the ads were filmed right in their own neighborhood.
This character, it's so successful. Have you sat back at all and analyzed? I mean, you told me earlier you've done like 800 commercials.
Yeah, right around 800.
Oh my
Why do you
God.
think he's so successful?
I think everybody identifies with him. They either have a neighbor or a relative that's like that.
True.
They've always got a better deal than you've got, or they tell you what you did wrong. And so I think everybody knows him.
The crew also used the fishbowl lens on Ernest to emphasize the comedic effect. This, along with Jim Varney
Genius.
being a naturally gifted physical comedian, really made the ads a hit with audiences around.
The grappling hook, no.
Soon, Jim was making
That was
personal
good, that
appearances as
was
Ernest
good.
to sold-out crowds
Oh
at
my
shopping
God.
malls and events around the country. One such event, that year's Indy 500, was also featuring an appearance by Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
But when Ernest garnered a more enthusiastic response from the crowd than Mickey, it didn't go unnoticed.
That's wild.
Seated in the audience that day just so happened to be then Disney CEO Michael Eisner, who took careful note of the crowd's reception to Ernest.
Oh, Mike.
And so, a little over a year later, Disney partnered with John Cherry to make a deal to bring Ernest P. Worrell to the big screen.
Wild. That's absolutely not us, mate.
Yep. Ernest P. Worrell, camp counselor. An extraordinary thing to witness.
Ernest Goes to Camp would become
I
the
loved
first
Ernest.
film. The movie faced the challenge of adapting the Ernest character to a different format, interacting with multiple characters outside of his neighbor Vern. The film also gave Jim a chance to inject some emotion into the character.
True.
You know what I think? I think we might just could beat him. And run him off this land. Yeah! I think we might just get a little bit rowdy.
Yeah.
While the producers were well aware of the risk,
Ernest.
their gamble paid off. The film's simplistic plot helped keep production costs low, making the film an easy box office hit. Ernest P. Worrell, a character who just a few years ago was hawking chocolate milk on local TV, was now a movie star.
That's crazy. What a come up. That's
While
motion
Jim
right
Varney
there.
was proud of the character's success, he also had his reservations that the popularity of Ernest would hurt his ambitions to be a serious character actor and would lead to him being typecast.
It did.
Still, Disney was impressed with the film's performance and commissioned a sequel.
Ernest,
At this-
from what I know, Ernest never played another character ever again.
This time, an Ernest Saturday morning TV show
He was
titled
just
Hey
Ernest.
Vern, It's Ernest was also being developed. And to top it all off, there were still Ernest commercials that needed to be made. This made playing Ernest Jim Varney's full-time job.
WTBS, MTV, ESPN, Nashville Network.
3 Ernest movies followed in quick succession. Ernest Saves Christmas,
Great movie.
Ernest Goes to Jail,
Amazing
and
movie.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Best movie.
Each film
Dog.
put the character in a new
Dog.
setting.
How did they do it? How did they do it? That dog. What a
Jail
series.
and
Dog. Those 3 movies in a row, just continuously getting better. Each one. Oh my god. Holy crap.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
That's wild.
Each film put the character in a new setting with new characters on a new adventure. One thing remained clear. The writers had no shortage of ideas for Ernest. He befriended Santa Claus,
Yeah.
faced off against an evil twin,
Amazing.
and saved the world from a group of trolls all in a 3-year span.
With his dog.
Name me another
yeah.
film character that can put that on their resume.
The Jim Varney expanded
Even though
universe
Hey
was
Vern, It's
awesome.
Ernest was canceled after 13 episodes, it still earned Jim a Daytime Emmy Award for portraying the character,
Really?
signifying some much-deserved praise for his
I've never
performance.
even heard of the show.
By 1993, however, Disney was no longer satisfied with the box office returns of the Ernest films, and John Cherry used the opportunity to break free of the company and make the remaining Ernest films independently.
Nice. Oh,
Other than this little bit of evidence that the regiment existed, you have nothing.
Ernest Rides Again was
no.
the first in the series produced outside of Disney. I'm always surprised that this film is not well known amongst Ernest fans, because I find it to be one of the better films.
I've never seen this one.
The crown jewels of England were hidden inside of Canada.
Probably a marketing thing.
Now,
Oh,
It pairs Ernest with a much-needed straight man character to bounce off of, as the two search for a missing Revolutionary War cannon.
you think the cannon's gonna hit the car, but it explodes it instead. Genius.
That same year, Jim
misdirection.
landed a role that really excited him. Jed Clampett in the big screen remake of the Beverly Hillbillies. The
Oh,
role
yeah, I
allowed
guess
Jim
he did
to
do
show
that.
audiences that he was capable of playing a lead that wasn't Ernest. And even gave him some dramatic scenes.
Every time I look into your eyes, I can see your mother.
Disney also continued their working relationship with Jim, casting him as the voice of Slinky Dog in the groundbreaking film Toy Story.
I did not know that. Okay.
Even when promoting these new roles, people still just wanted to know about Ernest, which Jim was always happy to talk about.
You're best known, obviously, to everybody as Ernest P. Warholl. And are you going to do any more of those films? Because I know kids love them.
As a matter of fact, next month, there's a new one. Ernest Rides Again.
Oh.
Rides Again?
Rides Again.
Yeah.
And even though Ernest Rides Again would become the last theatrically released Ernest film, the series continued to be in demand, going direct to video with future releases. Ernest Goes to School and Slam Dunk Ernest followed in the
Not as
mid-90s, with production on the films now taking place in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
The films continued to be cheap to make, so profits were maximized. Much like playing his evil twin in Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to School allowed Jim to break free of his standard Ernest performance in portraying Ernest's pretentious alter ego.
My good man, would you happen to have any sauce beignets for this meatloaf ordinaire? Fresh cilantro? Picante salsa?
Jim also continued scoring small character bits in film and TV shows,
Go ahead, damn it. A man ought not be. And Julie wants to apologize. Y'all's fault. Doing her that way in her English.
I
with the
can't
Ernest films-
take him seriously. I'm sorry, but he is just Ernest to me. I know that probably sucks for him, but he is.
becoming less popular, it was clear that he wouldn't be typecast.
It's a goddamn potato famine.
Still, the Ernest movies carried on.
Holding it all inside.
The next two films would shoot on location in South Africa.
Oh, word.
The appropriately named Ernest Goes to Africa came in 1997, Followed up by Ernest in the Army in 1998. Ernest director John Cherry, who would finally step in front of the camera and co-stars Ernest's buddy Ben in the latter film,
That's cool.
noticed the change in his star's energy.
You're about the best friend I've ever had.
Every time, bud. Every time.
Still, it's hard to notice any lack of enthusiasm on Jim's part when comparing his performance in Ernest in the Army to his performance in the first film 11 years earlier.
No, it's coming. You knew that was coming.
But it turned out John Cherry's note of Jim's declining energy was not unfounded. In 1999, after finishing voice work on Toy Story 2, Jim, a lifelong smoker, was diagnosed with lung cancer.
Damn.
And even though he fought valiantly, he lost his battle on February 10th of 2000.
Dang,
Cutting
that's
a
what happened to
career
Jim
far
Varney.
too short.
Dang.
Looking back, just over 20 years since his death, the story of Jim's success
What a legend,
is such an
though.
inspiring one. Although he's commonly remembered as the Ernest character, it's hard to watch any of his performances and not see his incredible range as an actor. Even though Jim had ambitions to be a character actor, I think the Ernest films actually gave him a chance to do that. In each film, he was able to play a variety of different characters.
That's life for you. You have two sons, one good, one bad. And wouldn't you know it, with my luck, the good one dies.
Oh my god.
He filled those 9
Oh,
Ernest
jeez.
movies with his infectious charm and comedy timing, continually topping himself and making us laugh in the process. I think Jim learned to embrace playing Ernest for that reason. The clear joy the character brought audiences was so evident and is still being referenced in pop culture today.
Ask your mom. I'm not very good with tough decisions.
We'll be closing in 2 minutes.
Ernest
I would have
goes to
loved
the
to have
beach.
seen him
Ernest
grow as
doesn't.
an actor,
That is so
continuing
much
to
like
secure
Ernest,
small
though.
character parts throughout the 2000s. I would have even loved to see the Ernest character at 60. But I'm also so grateful for the performances he left behind. There will never be another success story like Jim Varney's.
True.
He came, he saw, he left an impact on comedy forever. He really was the original viral star.
Dang.
Of course, that was back when me and Harriet was down in New Orleans. And Carol Lawrence went in behind one of them Flying Tiger airplanes and changed her clothes. I seen a woman one time, boy, that done a dance with a potato chip bag. Did I ever tell you about the time that me and Harriet was in a group called the Andrews Sisters? I was Laverne and she was Shirley.
Pulled out of San Pedro.
Wow, that was an amazing video. I like that a lot. Hats off to Hats Off Entertainment. What a class act. Great video.